Good morning. It's Wednesday. Casey again. For anyone who's just picking up on the channel, I don't know why you might start with this video, but I've been playing D&D for a long time, and I drive to work every day, so I figured I'd chat about D&D every day. Today's topic, loot. Now, people deal with loot in a lot of different ways and have a lot of different perceptions on how loot should be dealt with. The perception of loot has also changed a lot from game system to game system. 3.5 was very much loot heavy. You got a lot of magic items, and in fact the game was balanced towards you needing to have those magic items. There were a lot of creatures that had resistances or damage reduction that you just dealt less damage unless you had a +3 magic sword or whatever the weapon might have been, a lawful weapon or a good weapon. Car's acting up. Sorry about that. It's going into the shop next week, so we'll get sorted out. But yeah, 3.5 was balanced to where you had to have that loot. 5e has gone for a more minimalist approach, where magic items are less powerful in general, and there are less of them, and you don't need them as much, and they don't recommend you give them out until higher levels. They've gone for a much more, what I personally would refer to as a low magic campaign. Now, my personal belief is that it doesn't actually matter that much if you play low magic or high magic. What affects your game the most is when there is a magic imbalance. Now, what I'm saying in that is, if you have a world where no one has ever seen a magic sword, and then every member of your party has a magic weapon, there is a magic imbalance there. Because they can't be that rare and then have all of these 4 or 5 or 6 people have found them. That doesn't make sense. But let's say you're in a high magic world where magic weapons are commonplace. Then of course it makes sense for all of them to have a magic weapon. Why wouldn't they have a magic weapon? Balancing the party to the world is the key. Not controlling the amount of magic items they have. I've seen some DMs that run campaigns with very little magic item interaction whatsoever. It works fine. A lot of monsters that wouldn't be a challenge otherwise become a challenge. A lot of situations that wouldn't normally be an issue become an issue. But it can be a very interesting way of role-playing. Me, on the other hand, whenever I run a game, I throw magic items at my players like crazy. Some people refer to it as a Monty Hall style. I disagree, though, because to me, Monty Hall is that world where no one has magic and you have lots of magic. Massive imbalance. To me, that's Monty Hall gaming. In my world, yeah, the players have tons of magic items, but so do the NPCs. I'm running Spelljammer at the moment, and these people use magic as part of everyday life. You have situations where, not in every house, but at least in the wealthy houses, they have, ever-flowing jugs of water, so that they have running water in the house. They make use of magic items as part of their life. They have ever-cold boxes, aka refrigerators. They have one of the more interesting uses of magic, bags of devouring, to simulate indoor plumbing. So magic is heavily used in the world. Your average household of upper middle class standing has a few dozen magic items that just make the house function. Your knights, when they are sworn into service, are routinely given a +1 blade and a +1 suit of armor, because they're defending the kingdom and they should have that. It's not uncommon. They are a matter of course. We have a magical world. We employ the top wizards because we're the government, we're the rulers, and we can employ them. So we employ these mages to equip our people to deal with threats. It just makes sense in a high magic world. And that's what I'm saying. You have to balance. It always comes back to balance. A high magic world with high magic players works. Now, yes, you do have to make some amendments to that. If you're running a high magic world and you're setting the characters up against monsters, you either have to scale the monsters or throw more of them, because the power level of the game is higher. Now, if you're not using monsters, if you're using NPCs, if you're using other people, whether it's thieves or bandits or whatever, that's a bit easier because magic items are common. So you give the thieves some magic items. The players have more magic, the enemies have more magic. You've kept balance. If the players have all the magic and then you don't give the thieves any magic, they're going to walk over them. But all of a sudden, if your bandits in your world routinely use cloaks of invisibility and bags of holding to grab the loot and, a ring of teleportation to get away, all of a sudden, the fact that the players have more magic isn't an issue, because so do the other guys. And, I think I'm going to leave it there today. It doesn't matter. High magic, low magic. Just keep it the same. You can't have a low magic world with high magic players. By the same token, if you have a high magic world and you don't give your players magic, they're going to be pissed. So, there we are. That's today's talk. Hope you've enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. If for some odd reason this is the first one you've watched, go back and check out the other ones. Hopefully you'll find something else you enjoy as well. Have a great day.